Sure is a cute little valley with a nice little vista. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. Good to see you again. Yeah, this road is full of washouts, so I need to be concentrating on the road. Let me pull over here for a second. There we go. Much better. Yeah, good to see you guys again. Thanks for coming back. Another fun Saturday adventure. Last weekend, I really apologize. I guess I didn't make myself clear on that episode. Many of you thought that using that new drone was going to be how I'm going to be documenting mine sites and old cabins and things of that nature, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Last Saturday's episode was a demonstration. I wanted to demonstrate to you guys the capabilities of the new drone. You know, nothing beats boots on the ground when it comes to exploring places like that. But in the future, when I am doing that, if we find something interesting, like, we want to go explore an attic or some place that I can't quite, fit myself into, like underneath a cabin. And that's what the drone is going to be used for those. But it's not going to be an all-encompassing tool that I'm going to be using for exploring. All right, guys, so what are we doing today? Well, I got a gold mine here that I want to take a closer look at. I found this on Google Earth, and there's some aspects about it that really kind of like piqued my curiosity. But the best way to do this is to show it to you. So let's head over to Google Earth, and we'll talk about it a little bit, okay? Okay, guys. So many of you have asked me over the years, how do I find these abandoned mine sites? Well, I use Google Earth a lot, as well as in conjunction with a lot of old 1950s USGS topo maps. What piqued my curiosity about this site, as we zoom in here, right in the middle of the wash, there's a depression and a shadow. And what I believe is going on here is, long ago there was some open pit operations, as well as cyanide leaching operations too. In the middle of the wash, you're going to start to see a depression with a shadow. And I think what's happened here is quite possibly the recent mine owners covered up the portal with a bunch of sand and gravel, but fast forward to the recent monsoons, a lot of water came down this wash and quite possibly reopened the portal, similar to what me and Mr. M found back in Nevada a few years ago. Right there you can clearly see the depression in the middle of the wash, and that's why I want to head out here today and get a closer look at this. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about there. I really want to see what's in that shadow, and I want to kind of poke around just a little bit because there might be an adit there. There's or it's just a dynamite storage, and there's some tools and scrap and things like that laying around. So we're going to get a closer look. I was also able to find a little bit of history on this site, and I want to read that to you guys too. Okay? All right, guys, check it out. The first published report of mining activity in the Ship Mountains did not occur until 1901. In September of that year, the Los Angeles Mining Review noted that Walter L. Hastings, owner of the Vulcana, Black Warrior, Copper Carbonate, Ventura, Little Ida, and Imperial mining claims, had sunk a 40-foot shaft on the Vulcana, which assayed up to 1.5 ounces of gold across a 16-inch pay streak. J.A. McCarthy leased the Little Ida claim and was sinking a shallow shaft that was showing rich values of copper and gold. 1 month later, Hastings sold his claims to a Mr. Delane, who immediately began working a force of men, mining and sacking ore. In February of 1902, a strike was reported from the Vulcana, which reportedly yielded $174 to the ton, nearly 9 ounces, across an 18-foot ledge. About this same time, McCarthy employed 4 men to drive an adit onto the Iron Cat mine that assayed high values of gold. In July 1902, a contract was let to Huff and Walcott to sink a 100-foot shaft with drifts 100 feet each way along the vein on the Vulcana. P.H. McDermott, president and general manager of the Siam Mining Company, in June of 1906, shipped 25 tons of gold ore to the Needle smelter that yielded $43 per ton in gold. Gold was $20 an ounce at that time. The mine by now had about 1,000 feet of underground workings. A July 1907 report by mining engineer D.L. Vanderfoot extolled the virtues of the property as follows. The site, which greets the visitor upon arrival at the Siam property, is most pleasing. In plain view are the necessary mine buildings, engine house, machine shops, assay office, cookhouse, bunkhouses, and offices. Most impressive, perhaps, is the stately gallows frame, which rests upon the collar of a perfectly constructed and timbered shaft 400 feet in depth.
Okay, so there we go. So let's get out the forward-facing camera and we'll poke around here just a little bit and see what we can see. The first thing I can see is there were some people out here recently built themselves a little campfire, and there's spent brass laying all over the place. But what I really want to get a closer look at is down here into the pit. I just won't be satisfied until I actually walk right up into that shadow looking area that I showed y'all on Google Earth, because there might just be a little tiny opening. All right, here we are getting down into the pit. Off to my left, I'm seeing some fencing with some rock bolts. Let's get out of the sun there. See the rock bolts and the fence? They wanted to keep that from coming down. And this right here is where I kind of predicted that it would have went into a big portal. Right now, what we've got is a big pile of dirt. So it kind of makes me wonder if maybe the front end loader that was out here loaded a big pile of dirt in front of the portal. All right, so, well, let's go up this direction. We'll better get a better look at it here. Oh, hey, look what I found down here. Yep, somebody someone left their ear protection in a water bottle, the last people that were here. Well, I'm just going to leave it right there. Maybe they'll come back for it. Okay, let's go up here. Yep, they're out here doing a bunch of target shooting. Okay, here we are. So this would be looking down towards the portal, if there was one, and no. Darn, no way in. What hasn't been backfilled by the loader, all the material coming down from this wash has filled up the hole too. All right, well, I already flew the drone up that direction. There's clear evidence up there of that that cut that they were using the backhoe device on. So what I'm going to do now is I'll head back over there to Old Bob, and we're going to go get a closer look at that that adit, or if indeed it is a dynamite storage. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so as I was headed over there, I found this. Now there's a heck of a way of getting rid of your hard drives, right? Just take them out in the desert and blast them full of holes. Yeah. That's one way of deleting your internet browser history, right? All right, I'm headed over there. I'll see you there. Okay, here we are. Right over here. It'd be pretty cool if this wasn't at it. We're about to find out. It's definitely from the older workings, early 1900s. Had a door on it. And what are we gonna have here? Oh boy, yeah, look at all the trash in there. Well, let's head on inside. Get a closer look in here. That's what it is. It's dynamite storage. Yeah, down here on the ground. Rather than taking their trash home, they said, just throw it in there. Jeez. Okay, well, you know, people are what people are, right? Okay, well, nothing going that direction, darn. Let's take a look at this old hoe over here. We got an old hoe over here. No, I'm not talking about my first ex-wife. All right, what do we have over here? Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's giving out an extension. This was one of those that you retrofit onto a piece of equipment, maybe like a dozer, I'm not sure, but it's a retrofitted component. See, look over here. Down here on the ground, there's a gin pole that would have been part of it. The gin pole is what's you're gonna hook a cable up to that. That cable is gonna run out, which is gonna hook to the back side of the bucket here, right up there. So it's a cable assist. That's what this was for. It's not a hydraulic backhoe bucket. It's a cabled backhoe bucket. Let's look at it from this direction. Still laying out here from the folks that were working on this open pit, trying to get that free gold. All right, well, we got something else over here. Maybe this was part of the older workings. Oh, wait, look here. Is this the shaft? Is this the 40-foot shaft? I'll bet it is. Yeah, this is the one on the mine report, I'll bet. But now it's been filled in. Now, if I remember right, I'm just going off of memory, that's the one that only went down 40 feet. They were trying to get into that vein. Yeah. Not 100% sure if that was the original one on the property. Let's go over here. I mean, there's an old road right here with stacked rock that leads right to it. See that? That's all been hand stacked, leading right up to that shaft. Quite possible. Yeah, that's the original. All right, what do we have here? Bunch of junk. Yeah. That's all been squashed and smashed with probably a bulldozer or that backhoe bucket. What's that? What is that? Oh, there's a carbide tin up in there. There's some, that drum right there is for cyanide. Sure is. Still filled with cyanide briquettes. They've all come in contact with the water now, and it's all no good. Nope. Here's a couple of water tanks they were probably using for leaching, cyanide leaching. And over here, we got another big tank, again being used in that process. Now if you look down below here, you're going to see a couple of pits that used to hold the water so that they could recirculate it back to the plant. And out there, off in the distance, I can see a whole bunch of crushed tailings. All right, so there's two more things I want to look at while I'm here. there's that little divot, that little cut right in the foreground below that white tank out there. I want to make sure that that's not a portal. There's a loading dock, and I want to see what's out past that white tank. I'll see you over there. All right, I'm a little closer now. See, right down here in front of me, it looks like that it's possible at one time this also could have went into a portal for this more modern mine, but then it was filled in, or it was just a cut. Okay, now let's go get a closer look at this white tank and what's on the other side of it. I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything while I'm here. It's a heck of a drive to get to this location. Sure looked interesting on Google Earth though. It's always quite different when you finally get here. That's some kind of an agitator, is what that is. See the pulley on top? Yeah, that pulley is so that it can spin an agitator round and round in there. And you see the two different pipes coming out of it at two different levels, actually 3 different levels. Yeah. So my guess, some kind of centrifugal concentration. No, let me run this through my head a second. That wouldn't be right, because what they're doing is if they're running the cyanide solution in that, they're going to want to pick up the solution at possibly those different levels. You see the outputs right there. That's what's going on, I believe. All right. Let's look over here real quick. I wanted to check this cut before we get out of here. Nothing down there, darn. I was hoping maybe there would have been something hiding in this shadow over here that we saw on Google Earth. And unfortunately, there's not. Huh, well, okay. Now I do see some workings high up on that hill over there. But the waste rock piles are real small, so I don't think I'm going to hike up there. I think what I want to do is we're going to turn around here. I'm going to show you where we're going next. Let me just kind of pan through the valley past the water tank. And the next place that we're going to go explore is way up there on the side of the hill. Way out there. That's where the 365-foot incline shaft is, and some other adits. Okay, so let's hop back into Old Bob. We'll head out there next.
The Ship Mountain Iron Deposit, located about a quarter-mile northeast of the Vulcan Mine, was first described by James Crossman in 1890. The property was examined in early 1943 as part of a thorough examination of the iron deposits across the state of California. At that time, the mine was operated by Earl Paul of Upland, California. It was developed by 4 short adits and a 365-foot incline shaft with 830 feet of underground workings. Total reserves at this mine were an estimated 80,000 long tons of iron ore.
All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get underground today. This is what I was hoping for. Yeah, it's a 365-foot incline shaft. Went down in there, and then there was, I think there was up to 3 drift levels for a total of 1,000 feet of workings. And what they were pulling out of this mine is iron ore. Up to 80,000 tons of it is what came out of here, according to the report. But even though we saw in the drone footage that it is indeed bat barred, I wanted to give you guys a closer look. Okay. quite the construction going on here. Poured concrete perimeter, 3/4 inch rebar. Actually, that's 1 inch. 1 inch rebar, giant angle iron like we're used to seeing, and more rebar. Now this one is a very different configuration as compared to some of the ones that we've seen in the past. Why they decided to make it like this on an angle it completely escapes me. I have no idea what the purpose of that was. Why didn't they just run the rebar straight across? I just don't understand. So if you guys have a good guess, drop a comment down in the comments section. Give me your thoughts. I mean, the distance between the rebar down there is about 7 inches by 7 inches, more than enough for a bat. Up on top it's the same way. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's shine a flashlight down into there. Maybe I can point it out to you. Now I'm telling you, there is a heck of a stink coming out of there. That thing is full of bats. Yeah, it's really, really batty coming out of there. So just a little bit of a rope assist is all it would have taken right here. And it's not a very steep incline either. That was definitely something we could have explored. That's too bad. Well, we've got a few artifacts up here. Look at this old truck chassis. The radiator is completely rusted away. And the engine, well, the engine looks like somebody took a stick of dynamite and put it right on top. These are the those are the cylinders, and you can see the crankshaft down in there too. Yeah, look at that. Just completely blew it all to heck. All right, well, what else do we have around here? There was something off this direction. Yeah, right over here. Look at all this iron ore just laying here in this big pile. See, where was that thing I saw? It was off this direction, I believe. Yeah, right over there I think was the powder magazine. I'll meet you over there. Okay, here we are. This is the original powder mag, early 1900s. Not a very big one. No. Let's get a good look at it though. Sawmill timbers, railroad ties, repurposed. Yeah, anything up in there? No. Wonder how many cases of dynamite got hauled out of here over the years. All right, turning around here. Let's look back down towards Old Bob and another spectacular view. Now there is some waste rock piles right over here extending out. I want to make sure I don't miss an adit. So I'm going to walk over here real quick just to make sure. Let's see you over there. Okay, there we go. See that waste rock going out? There used to be cross ties and rails coming out of an adit. So there possibly could have been an adit right over here at one time. But it's either been covered up by the waste rock from the incline shaft, or, which is what I believe is going on. Yeah, see that? So it would have went right here and right underneath to intersect with the incline shaft right there. But now it's all been buried by waste rock. darn, we just keep striking out today. Okay, turning around here. Boy, those mountains sure are pretty. I wish you guys were here. Just a gorgeous vista today. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back down to Old Bob. I'll see you down there. All right, guys, well, that's gonna have to do it for today's adventure. Yeah, that was kind of fun. What I liked about this one is, well, even though we weren't able to get underground, I was able to find a little bit of history about this location, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for me. Hope it was fun for you guys too. Next weekend, yeah, I know, you all want to see me go underground, and I've been stalling just a little bit. And so yeah, next weekend's going to be a whole lot of fun, guys. I got special permission to go on to a patented mining claim, and there's just all kinds of neat stuff there. I mean, there's a cool looking shaft, all wood, you know, just a big wooded shaft with a really cool manway. That's something I definitely want to climb up and down the ladders and explore. There's haulage adits and drifts going all over the place, and a giant open pit with stringer vein quartz all over the place. So yeah, I went out there hoping to run into the mine owner, and I ended up running into the lead geologist for the mine. They were out there doing a bunch of core drilling, so I chatted with him, got permission, and that's where I'm taking you guys next Saturday. All right, guys, like I said, I hope you had fun. I did too today, and I'll see you all again next weekend. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.